Nobody else was an idiot today except for me. It's March 1984, and Studio Ghibli releases one of the best movies they've ever made. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Hayao Miyazaki has made so many incredible films. My favorite, probably this one, Nausicaa. You can tell because of the Japanese that's on it, that it says Nausicaa right there. Now, Nausicaa. Okay, I get it. Not everybody reads Japanese, but when you buy it on Big Bad Toy Store, it's in English. You believe that? Well, this was a pre-order from last year. This is the very first item I pre-ordered as a collector, and I have been waiting many months, patiently as I can, to get a hold of this thing. And as you can see from this incredible box, it's gonna look cool. So, packaging that it came in, it's real thin, it's super lightweight, by the way. So let's cut it open and see what all this fuss is about. There's a little peek. This is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Slide it out, give it a little whoop. That's the back of the box. There's the front, and we got a tiny baby little figure. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was. I thought that maybe this would be a normal size. I don't even remember looking at this thing. I just remember seeing it and having to order it. But this is a updated version from one that they've made a few years prior. And the sculpting is probably the best change between the two. Now, as you're watching this video, as of the time that I'm recording it anyway, this is not available anymore, but I hope it is for you. If you decide that you want this by the time this is all done, I hope that it's available for you. I will link it in the description of this video so that it shows up again. It's got full action version. So this one coming with some nice artwork. I love this. It's kind of got the stained glass look. It's pretty neat. And if you haven't seen this movie, please go watch it. 1984. I mean, 3 months after this movie came out, little baby me showed up in the world, waiting probably 21 years before I would watch this film and then fall in love with it. And that's why I'm wearing this shirt. Look at that. It's the shirt for the thing. Come on, look at all this stuff. A lot of pictures, the figures. All of these images were on Big Bad Toy Store or anywhere else you would buy them. So these are not necessarily new images. And it looks a little new. Looks like it lights up. Yep, look at that. LED, the only English part of this entire box. LED, we all know what that means. So let's open it. Part of me did fear that I had maybe bought a model and forgot. I'm glad it's not a model. So I can actually enjoy this, and you can enjoy this video. And look at that, this is a shot from the anime. Kind of. That looks like a render. We got some instructions in Japanese talking about putting the LEDs in there, how stuff plugs into things and with stuff and whatever. We don't need instructions, and I say that, and sometimes I totally need instructions because I'm sitting there going, what is this? How are you supposed to do this thing? And then I complain when other brands don't put instructions in there. Come on. Look at the instructions. And as I'm taking this out of the packaging, I'm more and more kind of actually sad that it's so small because it was kind of pricey, but she's so tiny. What scale is this? 1/24th scale or something? Maybe she'll fit in my 1/24th skyline. I guess that's about 1/24th scale. Oh no. All right. As I try to understand that, you know, it's important to read when you're buying things on the internet. Maybe I overlooked it. Maybe it's not even listed. I'm sure it's listed. It's got to be listed. What was I thinking? I don't know. I guess I was just overwhelmed by the photos and stuff, but that is super tiny. Oh my God. It's so tiny. And I also bought the Yupa set. It comes the two little bird things and him and oh God. Well, anyway, stupid idiot. What is in the packaging? So we've got an alternate head without her mask on. We've got the mask that can be pulled down around her neck. And then we've got all these alternate hands. So you're getting a lot of accessories, especially considering it's so small. But all the pieces you would need to put her on the glider. It's kind of model-esque in the sense that you got to take a couple pieces apart, maybe? Or assemble? I don't know. That's why the instructions are in there. So I don't have to go, I don't know. This obviously needs to come apart. This is on here like a little model set. these are the handrails or whatever you would put on the glider for her. But this thing comes apart. I don't even honestly remember this kind of happening in the anime as much as I love it and have watched it. I don't really remember the thing separating and I would assume going faster when that happens. But I guess at this scale, you could kind of get the big omus or whatever they were called. Got to get over the sadness of the size. Let's talk about the details here. I'm gonna guess that comes apart. That's where LEDs are. Boom, it's lit up inside there, and in the front, looking real nice. The slight articulation, this is really just kind of plain plastic. There's no paint or anything going on, which is also a bit of a bummer because I don't really like when stuff is just plain and boring. But I gotta get over it. I've waited a long time, fall in love with it. Be happy that you got it, right? Oh boy. All right, well, I am gonna take these things apart, put it together, and then let you take a look at it. All right, we've got the pieces apart. We've got them together where they need to be. Now, a couple things. The articulation on this thing is actually insane, considering how small it actually is. There's articulation in the back of the head for hair and the helmet, so that you can have her like looking forward while she's laying on the glider, which is the whole thing she does. That's genius. It's super tiny. It's fine. I mean, it kind of makes the sculpt a little weird on the back of the head, but it's pretty neat that they considered something like that so that she could actually be in one of her famous poses. Arms and stuff, they're all pretty loose because it's just kind of basic plastic, but there's like full ranges of articulation in this thing, and I'm really surprised how small it is with this kind of articulation. What are words? How do they work? I don't know. But I mean, there's like even, what? It's crazy. Obviously, these parts can come apart. We can pull the mask down essentially and put the other head on. And there you go. So you got that other famous look. And then the hands come apart. So these are just somewhat fist hands. And then when she's on the glider, she's gonna have these kind of angled gripping hands so that she can grab a hold of the thing and lay on this leather strap or whatever. Hands for the guns. So you got one for the handle, and then you got a hand to hold the barrel. There are extra parts here. So this tool that she has, I don't remember. I thought I watched it. Whatever. And then they're testing the fire alarms here. That's fun. And then this piece, I guess the holes here are really just to drill through to that piece of plastic. I'm not totally sure why. I mean, it makes it look like this outer piece is used for something, but it's really just for this piece in the center. That's it. That's the only thing we need out of all this. And I'm not gonna take it out because I will definitely lose it, but she's supposed to hold in one of her hands. It's a whistle thing that she uses to calm the giant creature things from the movie. This is just a half piece that goes in the back to look like her gun, which is holstered into the thing. And then that tool that we just saw is also holstered into it. So you get completed sets, and you get the glider version where it looks like it's supposed to be mounted in there, which is really cool. Nice. Nice to consider all possibilities. Whew, words are hard. So there we go. This is a lesson in paying attention when you're ordering things and knowing the size, so your expectations are, met or not, because this is just way smaller than I thought it was. I thought this, I don't know what's wrong with me. Why did I not? This is literally the first thing I ever pre-ordered is starting this channel and stuff. So I just can only blame myself for being an idiot. Nobody else was an idiot today except for me. For one of my favorite animations and just kind of movies in general, I still recommend it. It's at least watching it, and then you can decide if this is something you really, really want. But based on the size, maybe it's possible to get a diorama. I really want. I got a couple good friends that are really good with dioramas. Who wants to make it? I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of spores and stuff and underground cave looking things, and on top we're gonna do a little desert scene. I don't know. Fucking sad about it. But anyway, we've got the little tree thing that's obviously just a stand to hold this, and the base does pivot, so you can have for whatever reasons different weight if you want to adjust the weight, but you can't not adjust the angle of the glider though. So even though these things can kind of spin in different ways, and pop off pretty easy, you cannot adjust the height or angle of the glider. And I kind of wish there was like a little bit more of a, all right. I kind of wish there was a way to do an angle, so you can kind of see it like this versus flat, whatever. We're doing it. We did it. I'm here. So do I recommend the figure? The price, I cannot say that I totally do, especially if you're not a fan of the movie, you haven't seen it yet. It's just like, why would you buy if you have never seen it? That's a weird thing to do, but if you have watched it and you love it as much as I do, then it's still just a maybe on that price. Import prices, man, they just kind of suck. And now I'm kind of suffering the consequences of being an idiot many months ago. And oh boy. Oh gosh. Is somebody out there gonna make a 1/12 scale version of her? Because that would be awesome. And I don't need the glider at that point because we got this version. Anyway, here's some posing segments and I'll see you next time.